Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're watching from. My name is Sande. Welcome to this amazing YouTube channel. It's Sande, coming live in a very different location today. Today we are in Naivasha at the moment. So I'm gonna show you this area. I was here some years back, so just thought to come and just kind of do a tour around. So if it's the first time here, please consider subscribing to the channel, like, comment and share the video. For the frequent viewers, thank you so much for coming back to watch this amazing video. So we're gonna start now. I'm gonna show you a very unique place that I used to live some years back. Since 2015, I left this place in 2017. You know, so this is Naivasha now. Then this way is to school, but now the name changed. It used to be called Kenya Wildlife Service Training Institute. Now this is a Wildlife Research and Training Institute. So they have these, they have the training, they have the research and the conference. So a lot has changed. This is the road that we used to access the place. So let's kick off, guys, as we go down to a place called Gustin. So we're gonna start at Gustin, then we'll all go down to Naivasha. So it has taken me like 1 hour 30 minutes to reach here. From Nairobi, so let me cross the road here. From Nairobi is like 1 hour 30 minutes because the road was expanded, and it's more of an easy drive compared to those many years back. So these are the motorbikes here trying to showcase their might, you know. So this place called Guest Inn. The reason behind it is that there's a hotel called Guest Inn here. So the name, I think they acquired the name Guest Inn from that hotel. And majorly, this area is occupied by students who study at that KW school. When we were here, we find that most of the houses were accommodated by the students. But I know nowadays people who work in Naivasha, they have expanded and came up this side. It's kind of close to 3 kilometers from here to Naivasha town. 3 or 2, 2.5 to 3. It's not that long distance. And nowadays I know people tend to live closer to the town. So they have opted to come and live here. Because up here, the accommodation is more cheaper than down at Naivasha town. So this path gives me memories, very unique memories. It's a place that I used to walk like every day, and when I walk here today, it gives me memories, you know. But a lot has changed. A lot has changed. I know my colleagues whom we studied with them here, when they see this video, they'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. Because those years, there were no more buildings. There were just less buildings around. But now there's a lot of buildings. These are K-apple. You can use it to fence the compound. But there's some thorns. You can see the thorns on it. There's some thorns. The church here. So I know a lot has changed. I'll try to beep, is it to beep or peep, and see if I'll be able to see the house that I used to live in, just somewhere down here. I'll try and see if I'll be able to see it. I lived in that house for like 4 years without even moving to another house. It used to be a very nice house, by the way. It used to be a very nice house. So this furniture was not here that time. And also there are more buildings that have come up here because we used to have a road that used to turn down. I hope you're gonna see it. So there's a guy who used to be known as Komiki, used to live somewhere down here. So maybe you're gonna see, if you watch this video, you'll be able to see his house. So this place had not been fenced that time. Because we used to pass from that other side. So we used to pass from down there. But this house was not here that time. Then this used to be a school here. Hope it's still there. It was owned by the church. So something about this place, it's a pied crow. So something that you'll be able to know about Naivasha is that we used to have lack of water, you know. Lack of water was the problem here. So this building was not there, by the way. Yeah, a lot has changed. A lot has really changed, by the way. So they say change is inevitable, you know. So a lot has changed. A lot has really changed. Then I think I'll be able to see my house that I used to study, to stay down here, somewhere down here. So I was talking about lack of water. This place has some issues about lack of water. That being said, that means you'll be able to see more donkeys carrying water. So when you are moving here, that's the first thing that you used to look at. Does the building has water, you know? So if you find a building that doesn't have water, you're gonna have to look for another one, because you cannot buy water daily, you know. You better have a building that or a room that has some water. Even if you buy it in once in a while, it becomes easier, but now if you buy it daily, it becomes a problem. So this is the route down here. So there's a time I lived in this. There's a room here which I lived here some time. This apartment here. And this was the shop that used to do some shopping. So this place has really changed, by the way. Because used to play, you can imagine, used to play football somewhere here, but now the place has already been occupied. I will show you. I used to play football, and now it's a full apartment. So those are the changes, and you know, usually say that change is inevitable. Change is inevitable. The time things just change and turn up to be very different. So I hope. Where is my? Wait. I think this was the house. This was the house that I used to live in. Yaje? Uko poa? Hata mimi niko poa. Nakuja tu kujikumbusha. Najua nilikuwa naishi hapa kitambo. 2017. So ilikuwa kumebadilika bwana. Ikawa wamepaka rangi. I think nakumbuka hiyo room. Ni ilikuwa ya 3 kutoka hapa. Popoa lakini nilikuwa nasomea hapa shule ya nilikuwa na kina Swale. Swale. Na majamaa wengine hao. Kina alikuwa na kitago nani? Huyu jamaa alikuwa na Swale rafiki yake sana. Kina si ni kitambo sana. Kitambo. Sasa ndio kumebadilika hadi jina wakabadilisha. Kabisa. Nataka nipige laps huku. Na hata hizi kama hii haikukua yote hivi. Okay. Hata hii hapa kukua na hii tulikuwa tunachezea mpira hapa. Hapa hivi. Kulikuwa na kauwanja ka mpira. Siko na hapa nyuma. Iko bado? Iko. Oh. Sawa. Sawazi. So that was the house that I used to stay. It's now very clean. I think they've opted to do more of paintings. Those days there were less paintings. They never used to do a lot of painting, but nowadays you can see the way the door is looking at the gate. Very clean. It's Amazing Grace Apartments. So this is the field. Oh, so it's still there. This is the field that we used to play football here. But now it has it's still the same size. I think so. Yeah. I think it's the same size. Because we used to play from here, that other side. There's a Naivasha Primary down here. Let me see. We have Naivasha Primary somewhere here. So those guys who have studied in this school, who studied in Christie, So if you're able to see your apartment that you used to stay in, just comment in the comment section, because I know most of you are following this, might be following this channel. So this should be a primary school, still there. That one must be there. It's very hard for a school to be changed. So like, see now these tall buildings here, they never used to be there. What has happened, I think, what is happening is that most of the people here, they have tended to invest more in apartments, which are more taller than those other times. So like this one is called Studio City Apartment. So there's a booster down there. So that's called Game Farm. We used to do like birding on that other side. The Game Farm, which is owned by Kenya Wildlife Service. You know? Let me see. The Game Farm, which is owned by Kenya Wildlife Service. So now it has rained. That's why there's less dusty. This place is known for being so dusty. Well, for sure I'll take that. It's known for being so dusty, you know. But whenever it rains, the good thing, there's less mud. So that's the advantage here. If it rains, there's less mud because of the soil. Kind of a sand soil, which absorbs water very fast. So there's less muddy when it rains here. The school is here, Naivasha Highway Primary. Naivasha Highway Primary. So I used to live somewhere down here. Forgetting the names of these guys, So be able to see now, this is a water refilling area where they used to refill water. So what I told you about the donks, the donkey. This town here has water problem. So it's a business that is really doing well. The guys with the donkeys, they tend to fetch water and sell it to the other residents here. If you don't have if you are unlucky to have maybe a tank in your residence, so I'm gonna buy it from the guys with the donkeys. So for us those days, they used to sell at 10 shillings per 20 liter jerrycan. 10 shillings per 20 liter jerrycan. That was not that expensive. Keeping in mind, you are just alone and you are just a student, and you only wash like once in a week. You are always busy, so when you go to wash your clothes, maybe just once in a week. So that means it was less expensive that time. That's not that much expensive. You can imagine just 10 shillings, 20 liters. And you can use like 20 liters for a period of like 2 days without overusing. So there's another secondary school here. So most of the time, according to the Kenyan setup, if there's a primary school, it's very easy to see a secondary school very close. So what happens that because it's a government school, they have to use government land. So that's most of the time they share the spaces. So you find that if there's a high school, there's a primary school very close to it. It's a very rare occasion to find that a high school without a primary school. Same case to finding a primary school without high school. That's the culture of this side. Then there's the lightings up there. So I'm just walking behind the estates. So I think I'm close to a place called Kabati, you know, because you have Augustine, then Kabati. So there's a church here. There's a church somewhere here. Agape Church, AIC. So you can see there are more kids around because it's they have closed for like 3 weeks now. So this is the holiday season. So that's why you can see them around. A lot of them just moving up and down. You know, because it's a holiday season now. So it's a technical training institute. So they have a technical training institute here. Hey, I see. Naivasha Technical Training Institute. Was it here that time? I'm not sure of that. I'm really not sure of that. Maybe I can take a nice thumbnail here. I can take a nice thumbnail here. Take a nice thumbnail here. So the sun is on this side. But now it won't give me the best because of the zooming. Maybe I can take go closer to the sun. It's a good one. Okay, let's continue. We're heading down to Naivasha town. So another donkey here. So I remember back in some guys used to argue that Naivasha is a donkey town. And it looks like used to look like an insult, but for sure that's the case. You can see donkeys all over. So donkeys all over. Also, I can remember in 2017 we still used to have the plastic. Kenya used to use before 2017, I think. 2017, that's the time that Kenya banned the use of single-use plastic. So during that time, these places used to have plenty of plastics around. You just walk and see a lot of plastics on the roads here. It used to look very ugly. But now I'm happy that after the ban on the use of single-use plastic, a lot has changed here, you know, in terms of cleanness, you know. It will take time for them to have a very nice, clean roads, but it's a little bit more, it's better now. Or same case, if you go to a place like, call it Karagita. Karagita used to look like, used to be very dusty with this plastic. These are the bags that I'm telling you that they banned. This one's here. So these ones were banned in 2017. You see? And now they take too long to biodegrade. And I know this one has been here for many years. You can just take the GPS of this location and come here after 3 years. You're gonna find it still intact here. So they banned this plastic and also this other one here. But now this place used to be like a plastic zone. Reason being, the drainage, you know. Then people here used to dump plastics, litter inside the bushes, like you can see here. It's a very nice white cat here. It's run away. See, people used to dump like litter here, you know. So after the ban for the single-use plastic, I think there's a big change. You can see. Just observe it. A very big change, which is a positive thing. I hope that with time this litter will be all removed and turn up to be a very clean space. So you can see on the other side there's some mountains. That other side up there, there's some mountains there. I think Naivasha town is kind of in a valley, So we're gonna see it's the other side is much higher than where the town is located. Then we got this the Sodom apple. It's invasive here. They're trying to control it. So I remember this place. Let me just show you. They used to have a grave. I think I'm close to that area now. I think my memories are really sharp. Even if there's a lot of development here, you can still have a glance of how this place used to look like. So let me see if that's the same point. This used to be the Langata of Nairobi. The Langata of Nairobi. You know, each town has to have a site for that purposes, because when it grows, the number of people get higher. If you know, death is something that happens every time, and when it happens, they have to have a space to rest, you know. So this field here is all a grave site for sure. This is a grave site all down there. See why there's no buildings. Then down here you can see the road, the main road going to Nakuru, you know. Then see that's the game farm, the other side. Called it the game farm. Call it the game farm. Let me see where the sun is. So let's continue down this way. We're gonna go to the other side. So now we are in Kabati. We're in Kabati now. We're in Kabati. So we came all the way from Guestine up there. We're gonna head down to Naivasha. So I'll have to do a little loop to get to a mid-loop part of the residential areas, you know. There's a light, a security light that is on at the moment. I don't know why. And the funny thing, most of these government or the county government lights, they tend to misbehave. They light when they are not supposed to be lighting, like that one there. Still lighting now. I don't know if it's a personal one, you know, or it's for the county government. You can see there are more fibers here, the Wi-Fi cables. So that means that these guys have really, what has changed in terms of connectivity to internet and so much so on. So see the sun, the way the sun is hot here. So Naivasha is tend it's believed to be one of the hottest areas, because now it's when the month of April. That means there is a rainy season. When it rained yesterday, as you can just see on the floor. So the month of January, when it's very dry, Feb, it tends to be very, very, very hot. You can see it tends to be very, very hot. January, Feb, and also early March it starts to rain. Late mid-March to May. Tonight it's very barzen. Uko sambamba. So the month of April is rainy season, and yet you can see the sun. How it looks like a hot sun. The sky is really bluish. A very nice apartment here. Very, very nice apartment here. So this is Kabati now, where we are at the moment. We came from Guestine, we are in Kabati. And there are some few students who used to live down here also. So my only issue about these roads here is the drainage system. They tend to improve it. As you can see on this other side, kind of a poor drainage. That's why you see that on the road. It's like it has some trenches or terraces. So the main road going to Naivasha. Then if you go straight this way, join Naivasha Nakuru Road. I'm trying to walk inside here to avoid the noise from the vehicles. I know it's on that side, The vehicles are really, they'll make a lot of noise here. So look at this beautiful house here. Very beautiful. I think the design is awesome. The painting, very good. So nice. Simple colors. It's called the Rehema Homes. I think there are few people who have occupied it at the moment. Very nice. Very, very nice. Well, the paintings. The paintings are amazing. Also very unique. Okay. But now, the time I used to live here in 2017, I find that one single rooms were, the rent was like 3,000 shillings, 3,000 Kenyan shillings for single rooms. And they're very large rooms, very big rooms by the way. Used to be bigger rooms. Then for bed sitter it used to be like 5,000 bed sitters. But now, being a student, opt to go for the single rooms because they are much cheaper to go for the bed sitters. Have it a tough day, a tough time. So that used to be the case. That's in 2017. By now maybe the amount has been adjusted to maybe 4,000. If that's a lot of money, 4,000 per single room. But the more you go down this side, the more expensive the houses are, you know. That's the case. Because what happens that the more you are closer to the city or the town, the higher the charges in terms of the rent. The far you are, the cheaper it is. So that's the case now. So today we have not seen a lot of donkeys for one reason, because it's raining now. So what happens when it rains, I know nowadays people have tanks in their homes. So whenever it rains, they have less need for water. But I'll one day come here in January when it's very dry. You see plenty of donkeys just moving around here until moving around this place. Welcome homes. Hey, Melcom. Very nice apartments nowadays. Think. And the good thing about Naivasha, let me just give them the credit. Most of the houses in Naivasha are really built to a better standard. Reason being, Naivasha has easy access to materials. The stones, I'll show you some stones here. The sand, it's very easy to access it. So it's cheaper to construct a house in Naivasha than in other places. You can see this is a fence, all built by these stones here. So that's why they tend to build some kind of a nice houses which are more better. I can say they have a little bit of class, you know, a little bit classy. In that case, you can't compare it to other areas like sometimes Nairobi they tend to, and Kiambu, they tend to fail us because of the let's say the finishing. They don't, most of the houses they don't have what we call the ceilings. That's young one of a donkey. So that's the case by the way. So this side is more of a classic. They're trying their best to come up with the best houses. You see that one on the other side there. Very nice. So let's continue going down. At the end we have to do a left turn. Go back to the main road. It is more busier. So the path is kind of rocky, so you need to check where you're stepping. I think they need to do a proper finishing by kind of pressing the rocks, you know, because some of them are really exposed. I know that's the case. You can see like this one here. It's kind of exposed, so it might knock your leg on it. So on the comment section, if those guys who have been here before, you can just tell us your experience. So for me, the 4 years were easier on my side because I tend to adapt it very fast. So 2015, 2017, I think the lifestyle here was not that expensive. It seems to be a more affordable place to live. But now maybe even if there's a little bit of adjustment in terms of the prices of things, it hasn't gone that high. So for sure, it hasn't gone that high. So this other side, getting to more, there's a junction down there. Gonna turn left. So the food commodities were very affordable. I'll take you to the market area today. So the next video we'll do about Naivasha town. I'll take you to the market and you'll be able to see the prices of commodities here, which are more, just a bit not expensive compared to other areas. And the funny thing, people tend to believe that it's a dry area, so you might think that it's more expensive, but that's not the case. So here is a different scenario. Reason being, there are plenty of flower farms outside the town, which they raise. They grow like they grow things like tomatoes and sometimes vegetables. That reduces the price. Their commodities, becomes a little bit more cheaper than the way you might think of. So more construction is going on. Still have some more rocks around. So this building is coming up, which means that in the near future there will be more changes. Maybe the next coming 2 to 3 years there will be plenty of changes here compared to this particular time. So we'll do maybe a revisit and see what has changed when that time comes. So see how you can see the game farm on that other side. So the game farm. We used to do plenty of birding there. Plenty of birding, of bird watching. So we're very close to the town now. So if you walk here when it's really dry, it gets crazily dusty, This turns up to be very, very dusty. For now it's a little bit more better because of the rains. Because of the rains, it's less dry. So I think we are now at the edge. Hello.
Can I speak to you?
Yes, no problem. You can't. Oh, so now at Naivasha town. So I want to go to the market area. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I think you have seen the guest in area, the Kabati, which is kind of an outskirts of the town. But now I reach at the town at the moment. I want to show you around the town and hope you're gonna enjoy. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, kindly do so. Then remember to share the channel with your audience, your friends, so that we will get to 4,000 subscribers. So thank you so much, guys, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.